his right wrist to illustrate that there was still just a little bit of throttle maybe earlier on in the lap that gave him a warning, and then obviously for the moment that caused the crash with the engine brake, and that's what's caused the front end to push, the rear wheel to be pushing the front slightly more than he anticipated with the new tyre. That potentially what could have caused the crash. I just thought it was interesting at how much Pecco wanted to explain.
From the sort of general master plan in terms of tyre-wise this weekend so far. In the cool conditions this morning, Martin and Bezzecchi were one of a handful of riders that started out early on the medium front, when everybody else seemed to prefer the soft, the better performance, the better grip in the cool conditions. And this afternoon, just looking at Aprilia riders, Ralph Fernandez, Bez, Ayagura and Jorge Martin, all four Aprilia riders, or all four of their regular riders, Lorenzo Savadori of course here this weekend, have started this session on the soft rear. Everybody else at the moment's out on the medium, so once again, Aprilia just operating on a slightly different plan, a slightly different strategy.
Well, Jorge Martin certainly benefited from going against the grain in Austin, Texas, going for the medium rear tyre.
1-0 put this rider, Fabio Quartararo, in pole position. It was one of the best single laps of the whole of 2025. I think it's going to be a very, very big ask for Fabio to repeat those heroics here this weekend, but he is up into 9th, which is a bit more likely this morning. More struggles ongoing for Yamaha's new V4 powered M1.
Yeah, they're continuing to throw plenty of resource and brain power at the problem. Some more developments and updates it might be able to pick out on the Yamaha, particularly behind Fabio Quartararo's feet. At the moment, there
was told on his dashboard, being followed by number 63, Davide, potentially suggesting that as a result of Alex knowing that Pecco was behind him, he braked slightly earlier than normal into turn 1, which is what caused the front tyre to lock.
Thanks very much, Jack. Well, there's only one way that we are going to find out exactly what caused that crash. It will be when we get to speak to Pecco Bagnaia himself post-session. But yeah, there are various theories now that are being banded around. The old crash relatively unscathed as Jorge Martin threatens his best lap of this session. That's all very clean, very neat and tidy from the 89 now on the power as he comes to the finish line now. 12, stays in 12th. It is his best time, a 1:37.391.
Just make the list of the rider that has not been rumored yet, and yeah, we working on chatting, talking, and try to assess the available options.
Given the level of Aprilia at the moment, given the level that your team is showcasing at the moment, I imagine your phone is quite busy right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Aprilia is quite appealing now. It's competitive, and we had a great start of season. Let's see how we can. Yeah, I mean, I always like to work with rookie and to see the rookie growing up. That's always quite exciting. I feel that in the moment where Trackhouse is now, with this bike, which is competitive, and we can try to aim for good results, it's a time to try to get experienced riders, so it's okay. I mean, a good start in our opinion. And then, but now we see how to continue. Of course, now it's time where you have to put everything together and try. Unfortunately, with this format, which I'm not a big fan of, you have to stay in a top 10 this afternoon. So it's a matter to put everything together when it's time with a soft tire and try to be good.
Thanks, Davide.
You're welcome.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks as always, Jack, and thanks to Trackhouse MotoGP boss Davide Brivio. So, Ayagura yesterday when he was bombarded.
Of course, the fact that they currently have the fastest 1000cc bike is no guarantee that they're going to have the fastest 850 next season. Of course, struggle this much forever. They are too strong, they are too rich and too clever down at the Yamaha camp, having, of course, tasted so much success over the years. They will get back towards the front. It's a matter of when rather than if.
I say as well, Yamaha pulled off a bit of a blinder there, because you get the feeling that they've caught a
GP bike, that maiden pole when he was barely 20 in 2019.
That was on the gear shifter, Bright. When he's leading, he looked like he was going to win, didn't it?
Oh, and we've got a crash there for Jorge Martin. Of course, that's the final corner by the looks of it, isn't it? And he's now going to run across the circuit, which is not particularly advisable, but he's obviously had a good look down towards turn 12 to make sure that it's clear for him to run across the circuit. Crashed in the practice start session earlier on. This time in a competitive session, he's gone down, up and down under braking into turn 13.
That ain't slow in that braking zone for the Lorenzo corner. Not carrying a lot of lean angle there, was he, when that front just inside of the Nuwali factory garage. And of course, every time you hit the deck, just that little knock to the confidence, and
Good job for Alex Marquez.
He looks in fantastic form, doesn't he, the Gian Antonio? Brilliant he was to lead the way this morning. And now at the moment, by the narrowest of margins, nothing really between himself and Alex Marquez, but he is in P1 once again. Brand new soft rear tyre. This is on the exit of turn 13. Over the line he goes, and he does further stamp his authority on this day one at the Grand Prix of Spain, down to a 136.2 future at the moment. Over the line, Binder goes. That's a good lap that by actually, Binder, up into P7, a 136.814, though he's immediately been pushed back down to 8 spots.
Marquez up to third, Bagnaia only up 1 to 14. Sarko takes second place. The Hondas are serious at the moment.
He's away a 136.201.
Acosta's absolutely flying again through the first two sectors. He messed up sector 3 somewhere on his previous lap. If he avoids that kind of error here, he might not only go top, he might get himself into the 135s here on the KTM.
Is Morbidelli going to find himself back inside the top 10? 13th, it's the Italian right now. He does just creep inside that top 10. Hot laps coming in from Binder, from Acosta, from Marquez. Can't take your eyes off that trio.
Come on again for Acosta.
Acosta's lost time once again in that third sector. Another mistake there.
36.5, Pecco Bagnaia 16th. He also loses a heap of time in that final sector, and it's cost him a place in the top 10.
Bagnaia was only 20th fastest in the 4 split this morning. Clearly lacking confidence to really commit in those fast right-handers. Lacking no confidence whatsoever, and fully committed is your 2025 Spanish Grand Prix winner, Alex Marquez. This is going to be in the 35s. Brilliant, brilliant. By the 73, a 1:35.704 from Alex Marquez, not even a 10th outside of Fabio Quartararo's all-time lap
record. Top 10.
Yeah, and this is going to be painful for Fabio to listen to. He's 1.2 seconds behind his pole time. Oh! Well, that is why it went wrong for Acosta. We saw him a couple of times. He's been out of shape for Jorge. He's down in 19th place. Self-inflicted, you have to say, after the mistake on the brakes into turn 13. So often throughout his career when he has had to deliver a special lap on a soft tyre in all 3 Grand Prix classes. Out of the final corner, we pick up the number 89. Where is this going to take the Spanish rider then? Over the line he goes, up to 12th. He's got 4 minutes then to find himself into Q2.
Agura's found speed though. He's up to third on a 36.4, so only a quarter of a second between those two Aprilias, but some 10 places